Alright, you guys, so we are going to be organizing the homeschool room because it is a huge mess. And I had actually already started this video. I wanted to do like a unpack the homeschool room with me video, basically taking you guys from start to finish of just the unpacking process and organizing and what it looks like after. But my memory card somehow got messed up and I lost all of that like beginning footage. If I can find it, I'll post a picture here of what our homeschool room looked like before I started unpacking. It was insane. This entire room was basically just boxes. And so I've done a lot of work over the last week, but it's still nowhere near done by any means. All right, so I'm going to kind of give you guys an overview of the room. There's my chalkboard. And then all of just like the stacks of books. Those 3 bookcases are the only things that are somewhat organized. We had to go get new bookcases because when we were moving, we had to give away some of ours because he just would not fit in the truck. And by God's grace, when we got here, I had joined a neighborhood page on Facebook, and one of our neighbors had the exact same problem. And it was so funny because she was selling some of her entertainment centers, and she gave us 2 bookcases for free. And I was like, this is so nice. And she's like, yeah, nothing will fit on our truck. I was like, girl, we were right there like 2 weeks ago, so you'll get no judgment from me. All right, one of my alarms was going off, so I had to turn off the phone. But it was really sweet because she was like, oh, did you want any more bookcases? And I was like, yes. And so she went and showed me this really nice bookcase that I'm pretty sure it was brand new from IKEA. And she was... Sorry, there was somebody outside like by my window. So she was saying that she wanted to sell it, and I was like, well, right now we've had all of these moving expenses, so I don't think I can swing what you're wanting for it. And I was like, but if anybody ends up not coming for it, I'll come back and get it. And she was like, oh, do you know what? I'll just give it to you. And I was like, really? Like, she was so sweet. And so my husband, I went back out to the car to stay with the baby while my husband could go in and look at it just to kind of like size it up for our car. And I guess while he was inside, he was telling her how we homeschool and we have a ton of books. So like that would be such a blessing. And it was really cool because she happened to homeschool too. So the next day when I went to go pick up the bookcase, she was like, yeah, all of my kids are grown now, but I think like 4 or 5 kids as well. So she was like, yeah, like we homeschooled too, but we did it back when, it was kind of like frowned upon. And she's like, so when I found out that you guys homeschool, I knew it was going to the right family. And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And sometimes homeschool moms, you guys, they're just like the most generous people that I have come across. So I'm going to show you guys that bookcase because it's not even in here. I couldn't fit it. But it's in my living room. But it's a really nice bookcase. So we bought, let me turn around the camera. All right, so we bought this entertainment center from her. I thought that the shelves would be big enough, let me kind of go over there, to use it as a bookcase. But here, I have a book right here. Let me show you. But see, it's not tall enough, so I would have had to put all of the books like this, and I feel like stacking them, horizontally. Sorry, the baby's hitting the camera. I feel like stacking them like this would have just led to my kids just pulling them out. So I think I'm going to use this as a game cabinet. I'm going to organize it so it actually looks nicer, but I'm going to do like our educational games and then just the rest of the games. All right, and my kids are messing around, so you're probably going to hear a lot of screaming. So over here, I'm thinking we're going to put our big whiteboard, and then our homeschool table is going to go right there, and then this is obviously all going to get cleaned up. And then over there I have like my DK books. On the top I'm going to store all of our craft supplies because my toddler, we have not even been in this house for a month and he has already taken crayons to the wall. Like, let me show you guys real quick. Do you see this? Do you see this? And that, and then look that. Oh, do your guys' toddlers do that? my other kids, they didn't, I mean, they might have done that sometimes, but not all as much as my current 3-year-old does. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I have curriculum up there. That one is going to be our curriculum for this coming year. And then those are either curriculum from like years past or curriculum that some friends have given me or that I've gotten from like free or swap groups. And then the stuff in the totes is our literature-based curriculum. And then like this area all right here is kind of like a preschool corner. Someone was really nice, and in our last area we had like a free/swap homeschool group, and so I got these subscription boxes that are geared for preschoolers for my son from a lady for free. And so I want to use some of those with him. They look fun. And it doesn't seem like it's too much prep work, but I haven't been able to look at it in depth yet. And then let me step over all of the books. So this is like my circle of books. And then those are our bookcases. So what I'm thinking is maybe doing like right here some of our like Bible-based books, and then maybe some like toddler books, and then chapter books for my son, and then beginning or early reader books for my daughter. And then on the top, sorry you guys, the baby's getting a little cranky. On the top, I'm gonna set up my printer, and then right above that space, I'm gonna do like right here, that's where I'm gonna put my chalkboard. So I'm going to get to organizing. This is going to probably take me a few days to a week. I know that some of you would probably be able to get this done so much faster, but I'm also working around the baby, who is my best friend, and she wants to just be with me all the time. So, yeah, and then this doesn't even include what's in the closet, you guys. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, it is a few days later. I have gotten the bookcases, the top anyway, cleared off. I'm going to get the rest of this cleared off today. And then, but I need to make some room over here first for them. The baby's hanging out on the floor. She's going to get angry. I'm going to probably have to popcorn this throughout the day. But my hope is that these bookcases at least will be completely cleared off by the end of the day. And then I'll be able to start categorizing the books into different little piles. I do not want to do this. This is taking so long because this is so like overwhelming, and I'm kind of like looking at this, I'm like, what have I done? But it's fine. I woke up today and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it done because this has too much power over me right now, just giving me anxiety and making me feel overwhelmed. So I'm not gonna give it that power anymore. I'm just gonna get it done and pull up my big girl pants and it's gonna get finished. Hopefully by the end of this week, this homeschool room will be where I want it to be. Even if it's not perfect, it's just, it is what it is at this point. Like, it's just gonna, it has to get done. It's gonna get done. We're gonna do it. Okay. Alright, you guys, so it did take a little bit, and it's going to look even more chaotic than it did to start with. But I'm going to walk you through my piles. There wasn't a lot of room to work in the room just with everything that's in here. But but we're making our way slowly but surely. It looks like an organized mess. It's organized chaos. I'm gonna turn it around, show you guys what I'm doing. All right, you guys, so baby is teething, so I'm going to try to do this while holding her. If it's a little shaky, just ignore. So we'll start with this pile. This pile is stuff that I'm going to sell, donate, get rid of to some degree. This little pile right here is a pile that I'm thinking about getting rid of. This right here is a pile of curriculum that was mixed in with the books. I had picked up pre-reading for my son. Somebody was giving it away, so I snagged that. We're not going to be using that this year, though. This is just something that I need to take into our like cookbook area, into the living room. Bless you, my dear. This is holiday books that I want to put into a tote. It has some Easter books, some Valentine's Day, some Christmas. I just figured it would be better to get it out and inside one of our holiday totes. Now, this pile, and this pile are all books that I think my toddler, or are more toddler geared, like stories like Winnie the Pooh, board books, things that like, you know, the baby can chew on and it won't ruin it. This pile right here with like the Disney princesses on top, both of these two piles, these are our picture books. All right, and then let me go over here so I can get a better view for you guys. So this pile right here with the Mighty Robot, Ricky Ricotta, that little stack is going to go to my son's room. Those are like his books that he enjoys reading frequently. And then, what was it? So this pile is some of our like classic books. This pile right here is all of our like chapter books. Yeah, the baby likes the chapter books. This pile right here is more like beginning reader books or early reader books. It's like level, like beginning reader, level 1, level 2, and I think it goes all the way up to like level 4. And then those are just some of the books that she enjoys. There's like Fancy Nancy and things like that. This is some of our more like educational geared books. So there's like some DK books mixed in there. There's like the a really big maps book, animals, things like that. Here is a stack of some of our Bibles. This is also some Bible themed books, more like stories of the Bible. And then I got this Family Worship Bible Commentary. I haven't used it yet, but at our last homeschool convention, one of the speakers highly recommended this, and it's a set of 3, and it kind of walks you through the Bible. If you guys have used that, let me know, because I would love to hear what your thoughts are on that, because we have not used that yet. And then this is a stack that I need to move over to our like picture book area. Here's just a stack of art supplies and like paper, and then that's just that just needs to go somewhere. So that's where I'm at so far. I still have this stack of books, that one, and then this to kind of work into these piles. Oh, and then I have a stack of like poetry and folk tale type stories. Once I finish going through these stacks, I'm going to start putting them into the bookcases. I got my printer unpacked. It's in the kitchen right now because we needed it for something. I'm probably going to put it like over there and then do like the globe. I don't want to like overdo it on the bookcases. I don't want it to look so like cluttered, but I do want to make sure that I use every inch too, because we obviously have a lot of books. That pile over there of what we're getting rid of might end up getting a little larger depending on everything. And then I still have that corner to tackle. So there's that. Oh, and then this is like a box that I'm getting rid of like curriculum and stuff. I think one or two of our local churches are going to be doing curriculum cells that moms can either drop their stuff off at and do it like a consignment cell, or they can sit and sell it themselves. So I want to take advantage of that while I have that box going. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to keep working on it and hopefully make some more progress today. All right, you guys, I am going to call this a good stopping point for the day. My husband is not here to take the baby. It's just getting kind of fussy. It's getting kind of hot in here and I can't find our fan. So when he gets back, I might have him take her just so I can get a little bit more done. But I think we made a lot of progress. Look at the bookcases. They look nice. Let me walk you guys through what I did real quick. I'll flip around the camera just so it's a little easier to hold the baby and hold the camera and show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so all of my toddler books that were right there, I put into our black wheeling cart so I can take them to the bookcase that we have out in the living room. And then I filled a box with the books that we are going to either sell or donate. I thought that it would be better to put all of our chapter books on the top of the bookcase or like in the middle. I don't have book ends though, so I used some book sets to kind of hold all of the chapter books in. We do have a few more piles right here that are probably going to go underneath on the left hand side, and then I'll put my daughter's books and the picture books underneath. I might even take the chapter books because I don't think we have enough room on the bottom for all of these piles, so I'll probably take these chapter books like right here and maybe put them on the top somewhere, or I don't know, maybe pack them away, like go through the ones and just pack them away. This is not how I'm going, sorry, the baby's grabbing the camera. So this is not how I'm going to have it organized. I just wanted to get the books out there just so I can kind of just call it a day. But I'm definitely going to have to get creative with the space and try to figure out how I'm going to do all of these books, how I'm gonna try to fit them there, because I don't want to just like clutter the top with books. I want it to kind of remain clear and nice instead of having that like overwhelming feel where it's just books upon books upon books. But we'll do that tomorrow and we'll see what kind of progress we make then. All right, it has been a few days and as you can see, my children have been here. So I need to get this squared away. So let's get started. Okay, I just got all of the bookcases filled. I have a problem though. I still have these books and these books and then some books behind there. And I have some books in my closet that I purchased maybe a month or two ago before we moved, just so my kids would have new books throughout the summer. I don't have anywhere else to put books. And I don't feel the desire to get rid of any more because I had a big box of books that I was going to donate. So, I think I need a bookcase for my closet. However, we're not going to do that right now because money and, you know, being responsible, all of the weird grown-up things that you have to do. I think I might move some of these totes into the closet. I don't know if there's space. I might move some of the totes into the closet and then, put the books up on these cases. I think what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm going to pull not all of the books out again, but I'm going to go through the books and maybe just do like a book rotation. So I'll just keep some books inside of a tote, the ones that don't fit, and then just rotate them throughout the year. I think that would probably be a better idea than trying to just cram books where the totes are. I kind of like the vibe that the totes have. It looks very organized. It makes me feel somewhat successful. So I'm going to keep those. I'm going to see if, I think my daughter has a little bit more space on one of her bookcases, so I'm going to put some books that belong to her on her bookcase, and then that's in her room. And then I'll pack up the other books that don't fit into a box or a tote and just cycle throughout those for the year. Right now I'm so over seeing books. You guys know I love books. I obviously love them. But right now I just need them out of my headspace because it's it's just overwhelming to continue to come in here and look at them and go through everything. But for the time being, I will definitely be slowing down on some of our book purchases, at least until we're in our forever home and we have the more like bookcase shelf, better situations in that area. But I'm going to come up with something clever. I just know it. I know I'm going to come up with something clever to store books. But right now it's too much. It's overwhelming me. So I'm going to just pack these ones away and move on with the rest of the room so I can actually get the room done. Because right now, like I showed you guys in the beginning of today's video, the kids just keep coming in. Like, I make progress and then the kids come in and they get stuff and they move things around and books get toppled over that were piled up, and then I have to come in and basically clean up what they did and then start working, and it's just making it such a long, drawn out process, and it's just becoming too much. So I just want this room done. It's the last room in the house that needs to be done, but it's also the room that has the most stuff. So yeah, I just need to get it done. All right, I have come up with a new plan. I am going to go through all of the books one more time, see if there's anything else that I want to get rid of. My kids have some more space on their bookcases in their bedroom, so I'm going to take the books that are just there, so like the beginning reader books and things like that for my daughter. I'm going to put those over on her bookcase. She also has, I think it's like Sophie Mouse chapter book series that I have over here that I'm going to move over to hers. And then I'm going to take some of the chapter books that I know my son really likes and put those over in his bedroom so he has easier access to them. And then a lot of everything else is just, I'm going to try to either fit it or purge it because I don't want to just store it. If I have to store it, I will. But because I don't necessarily like getting rid of books just because we do have such a large family. So my thought is always, what if my littles like these books as they, are growing and get older. But I also don't just want to store books that aren't being used either, especially if I'm going to do this whole like minimalism thing and do it well. So that is where I am at. I'm going to start going through the bookcases now and seeing what we want to keep and what we want to get rid of, and hopefully clear up a lot more space to fit these remaining books either in or purge them out. So you guys, I did it, and I even have some extra room over here to spare, so I'm super excited about that. So this is the pile. It's not very much, but it's enough that I'm getting rid of. Just some phonics reading books that my kids never seem to really like, so I'm not going to hang on to them. And then some of the Who Was books. We read the one for Dr. Seuss, and I didn't feel like it was entirely appropriate. Let me know what you guys think about these books. After reading that one, I'm kind of like, oh, we can probably find better books to go over these people than these ones. I know that these are kind of like a beloved series though, but I just wasn't necessarily impressed. And then some of the golden books we're going to get rid of. My cousin got me this book, and it was done with such a sweet heart after I lost our baby, but having this just makes me cry. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm getting rid of some of the like princess books that we have because we have so many. And then I don't even recall us even reading this story, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then just some other random books. So those are going to go to the donate pile. I'm going to try to take the kids to a park tomorrow, and they have a free little library there. So we can kind of stock that library, and I think that would be really fun. Now I just have this box, but this is all filled with holiday books. So I'm going to put those in our holiday totes so they come out during like the appropriate times of the year. And then, let me stand up. And then I'm going to go take these to our living room because these are more like toddler books. I have like the bedtime stories, like some of like the baby toddler cardboard books, and then some Dr. Seuss. And then I have some of these super beginning reader books, like the Bob books, and just like the initial like I can read books. So I'm going to pack these away since my toddler is still a good year or two away from even being introduced to these. So we're not going to be using them for a while, so there's no point in me having them in our bookcase just for them to get taken out. And now I get to chug away at the rest of the homeschool room and just kind of see how it goes from here. Alright, you guys, so I just cleared off the top of the bookcases. We still have this stuff going on, but I put everything right here just so I can start basically separating like paint, crayons, like teacher supplies, glue, that kind of stuff, so I can organize it by tote. And then that way, you know, it's still like tall enough so my toddler can't get to it, but it's short enough where my big kids can get to it and still like access the art supplies and color and paint and stuff like that when they want to. So I'm gonna go through and kind of clean this up a bit, organize it, divvy it out to those totes right there, and then I'll start working on this stuff if the baby lets me. Alright, you guys, so my battery died there for a little bit, so let me just show you how I organized the totes. So in this one, I put some of my dry erase markers, whiteout, and some hot glue sticks. And then I did some post-it notes, some smaller post-it notes, a ruler, and some erasers. In this tote, we have all paint and paint brushes. In this one, there are crayons, there's glue, there's pastels, and then there's like colored pencils and markers. Okay, and in this one, I have my teacher resource bucket. So this has all of my my staples, my stapler, the stapler remover, some of these like hole reinforcements, my computer ink, some index cards, and then the erasers for the whiteboard. And then in this last tote, we have just like various art supplies that the kids can use to make things. So there's like some little stickers, there's some paper that they have from a previous subscription box, there's some more paper, there's a whittling kit, there's some like jewel stickers, and then just various craft supplies on the very bottom. Alright, you guys, I bought these little totes from IKEA. If you guys need totes, they have like probably some of the most affordable I have seen. So this is the name of them. I think this one with the bucket and the lid ended up being like $4, or no, maybe this one was $3. I don't remember, but it's fairly inexpensive. And in this one, I just put some stuff that I found from our previous subscription boxes that I can turn into like a little sensory box for my son. So I'm just kind of like collecting the pieces as I go. So this is basically where I'm going to be stopping at for today because I need to go make dinner, but it looks a lot better than it did when I came in today. And so these are some math manipulatives. I have 2 extra totes up there that I didn't put anything in, but I think I'm going to fill one of them with math manipulatives just so I can kind of clear up some of the space, and then that way they're also all in the same tote and it's just kind of easy to pull out, and then my kids can work on them. So that's where we're going to be stopping at today. Alright, it is the final day. I did not make my goal of having it done by Sunday. Today is Monday, but that's okay because yesterday was Father's Day. So we were busy celebrating my wonderful husband. So I need to go through this bin right here. Other than that, this is basically organized now. I just have this pile to work on, as well as some books right here, and then this pile of stuff. So I'm going to just pull everything down on the floor and then sort through it and finally be done. This is the only room that has taken as long as it has, and it has definitely been overwhelming, especially with the degree of books that we have. And my baby is starting to get mommy-itis, so we'll see how long this takes. I don't know. All right, you guys, so let's walk you through this. So those are all empty. That's a puzzle that I just need to put away in there, or probably out in the living room, actually. So like this half is all art stuff. So I have like some blank paper, some stickers, my kids' pencil cases, a paint by numbers portrait, some stuff for my toddler, coloring books and construction paper, regular lined paper. Oh, I actually need to move that purple pile over there where some of our curriculum is. A sew kit and then some more coloring books. And then right here, I have flashcards. I have some notebooks that are just mine, like some little mini ones. I have some sticker paper and laminating sheets. And then I found more books. That's this pile right here. Can you believe that? I can't. Well, I guess I can. So I'm gonna have to make room for those. So right here I have some binders. I have these that I found at Target like 3 or 4 years ago. They're little multiplication packs and division packs. I figured this would be good to have, and I totally forgot to use it with my son, so I'm just gonna keep it for Addie. And then these are just like some little scratch off sticker things that you can do. And then there is a 5-minute quick kid quiz. Oh my gosh, say that 10 times fast. Quick quiz word fun challenge. And this all came from like the dollar area during their like back to school stuff. So there's like a little word unscramble thing. And then right here I have some school supplies. So my coils, some flashcards. And then basically these two piles right here are either curriculum that we've already used or curriculum that we're going to use next year. Some Spanish flashcards, some plastic organization tools, and then our not consumed scripture cards, and then just like a basket of random stuff that I'll need to find a spot for. And then over here, oh well, I have that. I need to take that out of here. It's a massage gun. And then I have one of my laminators, and then I have stuff that needs to go in some of these bins that I organized the other day. And then once I get that squared away into these buckets, everything is basically done. That pile over there is just stuff that doesn't belong in here and needs to go out to the house. So it's shaping up pretty well. And then this is also a pile of curriculum that I just need to put away. I'm probably going to end up storing the curriculum that we've already used that can be reused, or things that I have that some friends have given us over the years that my kids just aren't old enough to use yet, in the closet. Going to finish this today. I have to go make dinner, but I mean, we did pretty good progress so far. I did put some stuff into some of the totes that I'll walk you guys through tomorrow. My husband had come in with the baby and she was being kind of loud, so I didn't want to record, but it's like this close. I taste it, so it's gonna be done tomorrow. I'm gonna start early if I can. Depending on how the kids are, but it's not that bad. It's coming along, and I can't wait for it to be done, because this is, I hate unpacking. I hate it, and I will have tips at the end for you guys because I know some of you mentioned that you're moving, and like in some of my previous videos in the comments, and like what tips I have, and oh, I have tips, so just you stay tuned. Alright, it is the next day and the last day. I am going to have this room finished today. So I brought, this is basically what I have left. That is cleared off for the most part. That's my camera bag, and then just my water bottle and a cup. I am going to bring our printer in and put it right there. I have no idea where I'm going to put the paper, maybe up here. I do have one last bin that I'm going to use probably for the paper. So I brought an empty box. I'm going to put all of the curriculum that I have that we're not using for this year, and I'm just going to put it in the box and then pack it away for either future years. And then I have some curriculum up here that I wanted to do reviews on, but we're not necessarily going to use this year, like stuff that either friends have given me, because I have wonderful friends who want to support my channel, and when they're done with curriculums, they're like, here you go, and I'm like, I love you. And so I do have some stuff that I want to do some reviews on, but if I'm not doing a review on it, or if I'm just not going to use it, then I'm going to put it in the box. That way it'll clear up some of this area, make it look a little nicer, and then I have some extra room for some of our educational books that I had to put down in that part of the bookcase. So let's get started. Alright, you guys, so I took a little bit of a break to feed the baby and put her down for a nap, and now she's awake and happy. So I got all of the curriculum into the box. I got kind of our binder situation cleaned up. I have one more that I need to put away, but I'm basically holding them right here. And then I just have this little pile left. Oh wait, this little pile left. And then I just have this little pile left, and dare I say we're finished. So thank God for that. I'm gonna go ahead and it's not gonna fit in the closet right now because I have some other stuff going on in there, some stuff that I've purchased over the last couple of months to do, like for books and things for the summertime, some activities for the kids since I knew we were gonna be getting rid of our TV, and some curriculum for next year. So I have this spot on our shelf that is completely cleared. I'm going to move these things over and then add the educational books, and then I'll bring in the printer. Alright, you guys, so now I'm just going to show you how I did some of the bins. The baby thinks the microphone is funny. So in this one, I ended up moving the binders that I put under there. I do have one under there, but it has some stuff inside. So I put all of our empty binders in here with some plastic organization stuff, and then some of these little like plastic bags, or like silicone type bags. And then in that one I put lined paper for the kids. In this little one right here I put all of our flashcards. And then in this one, this is gonna stay here, so I wanted something that you know, would be okay for my toddler to get to. So this is where like some of their journals are, some little like activity packs, some coloring books, and some of our like construction paper and stuff. You guys, I'm sorry, she's cracking up over this mic. And then in here, I just put some of like my teacher resource stuff because that's gonna go at the very top of the bookcase. All right, so before I can bring in the printer, I need to clear off that space. And then, so I'm just gonna move those over, get some of the books that I put in that empty spot from the other day up here, and then I'll bring in the printer, vacuum, and we're done. We are done. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough. I'm not completely done. There are like my whiteboard back here still needs to be set up, and then I still need to hang up my chalkboard. So I'm thinking, because this video is already getting long enough, and I'm sure I lost some of you halfway through. I'm totally kidding. So what I'm thinking is I'll do a homeschool room tour video where once the homeschool room is like completely finished with like everything that I'm gonna hang and the whiteboard up, and I'm gonna make some last minute changes. Like I want to organize some of these books, so like I put like the eyewitness with the eyewitness, some of like the our culture, our world and culture and Smithsonian's together, and I mean, this is just a mess, so I need to do something with that. And then with like our chapter books, I want to put the series with the series, because right now they're just shoved up there. So those are some of the changes that I want to make. I'll do a homeschool room tour once it's like complete and walk you guys through everything. But let me just show you what I have so far for what I organized, because I know some of you are like me and you love the organization, so I appreciate that. So I'm going to flip around the camera. The baby's going to make her noises, and I'll show you guys what I did. All right, so I'm going to have the homeschool table right there. These are some of the extra things that I want to have hanging up, just so I remember to go over the days of the week, seasons, and stuff like that. I'm not going to put them all up, but one of my friends had given this to me, so I am going to save some of them for my toddler. I'm just not going to use them right now. And then you guys, I got an Adam calendar. Have you seen that? They look so cool. It's a huge timeline that you can put all over your wall, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing, but I don't know how long it is. I did open it at our last house and we just didn't have the room for it, so I hope we have the room here. Otherwise we'll have to save it for our forever home. So this is a little area for my toddler. We have one of these like play block structures, and then I have a basket with like the busy book and some toys. He likes building things with the Jenga blocks. And then in here we have games. Some of them are like educational games up here, and then just regular games. And then I have a paper roll that goes on this so the kids can pull it off and then color on it. Those are some flashcards that I want my daughter to work on over the summer, so I left them out. I switched out the baskets that went here because I wanted a more uniform look up here. And some of the stuff that was over there, if you guys remember, it was like my chalkboard markers, some flashcards, and my kids' school pencil boxes. And so I put it in there because it was just gonna drive me a little crazy. So here we basically just have like the construction paper and the notebooks, and then some canvases. Here we have flashcards, and then like 2 of my laminators, and then a paper cutter, and then some teacher items, some paper, and I forget what one of them is filled with. And then I really need to buy labels. That's what I need to do, is get like little labels for right here and post what's in there so I don't forget. And then up there we have our math manipulatives, right there and right there. My teacher tote, my kids like random art supplies, some crayons, glue, and scissors, my toddler's box so I can make him like use little things to make him a sensory box. And then this is filled with more of my toddler's items. And then this is paint and paint brushes. And then that's curriculum that I'm going to either review for you guys and that I'm not planning on using, but people were kind enough to either give to me, or I got it at a curriculum sell or swap for pretty cheap. And then here is some of my like literature-based curriculums. Some of our educational books, my all about reading stuff, and then basically like my toddler's area. I think I mentioned that somebody had, we had like a homeschool swap group in our last area. So somebody had given me a lot, or they were just giving away a lot of these like preschool subscription boxes that they stopped using for whatever reason. So I had picked those up. And then our chapter books are on the top, and then picture books and a few chapter books are on the bottom. And then I have my printer. You guys, I love this thing. I know some people get all like weird about Epson for whatever reason, but I am ride or die the Epson Eco Tank. And so is the baby. Okay, I got the baby so she'd stop screaming and she's just gonna start laughing from the microphone. So I love this thing, you guys. A year or two ago, I had printed like 18 curriculums and you're so funny. I printed 18 curriculums and that thing busted them out like a beast. And then so I have our globe, a fake plant just for some aesthetics, and my Faithopedia. You guys, I love this Faithopedia, but we have yet to make our way through the entire thing. One day, I hope it's going to be this year. I want to do it as a family. Thank God I am done. I'm so done. I'm so happy. The homeschool room looks so much better and organized, and I love it. Okay, as far as tips, I know some of you have mentioned like, hey, I'm moving. What tips do you have? And I would say, if assuming you have the time, because we did not have the time, and if I had had the time, then I would have packed this way, but we didn't. We did our move. Basically, we decided, and then we had an entire month to pack our entire house up and find a rental and plan for the movers or for the moving company to drop off, and just basically like a month from start to finish. And it was just too short notice to pack the way that I wanted to. So first of all, I would say purge like crazy, like whatever you're not gonna be using at your new house, whatever you no longer want, whatever you want to sell, purge. And then if you have a lot of books like us, I would recommend packing in the way that you want to unpack. So however you have your books categorized, I would pack them in that same way. We kind of had books just all over the place, and so for the most part all of the books were packed together, but I got to the point where I was just throwing everything in boxes because we just had so little time to finish. And so if you want your chapter books with chapter books, or you categorize by maybe different themes and subjects, then I would say pack it however you want to unpack it, just so it makes your job a lot smoother. And then give yourself grace, and also plan on purging a second time when you get to your new house, based on whatever does not fit or whatever you just isn't going to work in your new house. That's always seems to be how it goes for us whenever we move, is we purge before the move and then we purge again after. And then the last tip would be find all of the little pieces. You know how your kids take out games, or maybe it's just mine, but they take out games, or they take out you know, like my son's sensory box. He'll take those little pieces and they'll end up all over the house. So I would say get a bin, and as you're going through and you're packing and you're cleaning, put all of those little pieces in one little area, like a Ziploc bag or some type of tote or container. And then that way, either before you pack those items or when you're unpacking them, you can distribute them accordingly, because I did that and that was actually really, really helpful. I was able to find all of our missing pieces to certain games and to my son's sensory box, or just sensory game items. Like he has like this one that's I think like 7 or 8 little bowls, and they're different colors, and then he has little bears to go with those colors, and then like little picking up tools. And so he had the bears all over the house, and so I was like, we're never gonna find this, and luckily I think we found most, if not all of them. So I would say have something to put missing game pieces and like little items that go together. And hopefully those tips can help you guys, for those of you who are moving and those of you who may be moving in the future. This was definitely a feat, not for the weak-hearted. This took forever. I think from start to finish, it has taken me about 3.5 weeks to fully unpack the homeschool room. Like I had mentioned, I had been recording, I think for 5 or 6 days, and I ended up losing that footage because my memory card had something happen to it. I don't even know what. and it would just read error. So I lost all of that like initial footage, and this room was literally like just rows and rows of boxes, and it was just filled with the entire room. If I find that picture that I had, I'll show you guys, either at the beginning of the video when I had mentioned it or right now. But this has been quite a process. It's taken forever, and I'm so glad to be done with it, because now I can actually go and work on other parts of the house. For the most part, we're completely unpacked, but I still need to hang photos and pictures and things like that. So that is the end of this video. I will be doing a homeschool room tour just to kind of show you guys what I did for the finished product when I get the whiteboard made and the chalkboard hung up and then the books organized, and then if I move anything around to different areas. But if there's anything that you guys saw, because like this top part kind of just looks too cluttered, and so I don't know if I'll move some stuff, make it feel a little less overwhelming when you look at it. But if you guys have any suggestions on how you organize your homeschool room, let me know down below. I would love to hear whatever your tips and tricks are. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you again later. Bye.